Hi, my name's Brian Holliday. Thank you for joining me today and taking the time to listen to what I have to say. This webinar is called How to Solve All Your Swimming Problems and Swim Further and Faster Than You Ever Thought Possible. Even if you've been stuck for ages and without having to swim hundreds of lengths in the process. Now, I'm really excited about what I'll be sharing with you today. It has the potential to transform not just the way you swim, but the way you think about your swimming. So let's make a start straight away and dive in. Trying to improve your swimming can seem like a never-ending struggle. And if you're like most of the frustrated swimmers that I speak with, it doesn't seem to matter how many lessons you have, how many people you ask for advice, or how long you spend practicing. You just can't seem to figure out what's wrong with your swimming. In this webinar, I'm going to show you the ways you can learn to solve all your swimming problems and achieve all your swimming goals by changing the way you think about swimming. You'll also discover why you've always struggled to improve, the ways your current thinking are holding you back, how to uncover any underlying flaws, how to develop your own unique swimming style, and of course, you'll learn about swimming further and faster than ever before. Oh, and just to say, at the end of the webinar, you'll be able to claim your free gift, so stick around. Before we get into all that, let me ask you these questions. Do you feel self-conscious about your swimming? Do you feel judged by other swimmers when they overtake you? As they fly past, do you find yourself looking at them with envy? When you get out of the water after another difficult swim, do you blame yourself for not being able to solve your swimming problems? Of course, you've tried to fix your swimming problems before with more lessons, advice from friends. You've looked online. Maybe you've started going to the gym to get fitter and stronger. Let's look a bit more closely at what you see as your only option. You've already had so many lessons, group lessons, one-to-one lessons, online lessons. You think just one more should do it, but the same old problems resurface the next time you jump into the water. And why does it all go wrong when the instructor's not there? You've asked for more advice from friends and even fellow swimmers. You think they swim perfectly, so they must know what you're doing wrong. The thing is, their advice isn't based on your swimming, it's based on their experience. In the end, their advice doesn't work and you come away disappointed and frustrated. It feels like you're going around in circles. You spent ages looking online for answers. There is so much advice available. Swimming forums, YouTube videos, animated models, even mobile phone apps. But who or what to believe? And I bet you've been told that the only way you can swim further and faster is to get fit and work out. It isn't the only way, as you'll see later. And anyway, going to the gym might give you strength and fitness, but it will all be wasted if your swimming isn't efficient. But that's not the worst part to all your ongoing struggles. Swimming could become something you no longer want to do, and you might even give up. There must be something you can do. Well, there is something you can do, and you're on this webinar, so you're already doing it. Let me introduce you to my new method, which will not only help you achieve all your swimming goals, but will also empower you by teaching you how to learn for yourself so that you can swim further and faster than ever before. I call it the intuitive swimming method. So, what does it mean? It means that you become the answer to all your swimming questions through observation, investigation, and guided experimentation. You change your technique based on your discoveries and my help to resolve your swimming issues and develop your own unique swimming style. This method is specifically designed to help you remove all the shame, judgment, comparison, and frustration that you've probably been feeling for quite a while now. And look, you know, this might sound unrealistic. In fact, I completely understand if you're skeptical after hearing all this. However, stay with me on this webinar for a few minutes because I'm going to unveil exactly how anyone who's struggling with their swimming can exceed all their swimming goals, end their swimming frustration, give them pride in their swimming, and allow them to finally enjoy it. Oh, and don't forget, by staying until the end, you'll be able to claim your free gift. Just quickly though, before we get into the details, let me introduce myself so you know why I'm someone worth listening to about swimming, and more importantly, about changing your thinking about swimming. My name's Brian Holliday and I'm a self-taught swimmer. I used to spend hours in the pool ploughing up and down, pushing myself to swim further and further. Not for fun or competition though. I only ever wanted to get fit through swimming. To be honest, I just wanted a six-pack. I didn't even enjoy swimming. It was something I did to get in shape. However, I could only swim breaststroke, which never seemed to improve my fitness. In fact, after hours and hours in the pool, I just seemed to end up with more and more injuries. At the time, I thought I needed to swim harder and faster to get fit, and to me, that meant learning front crawl. I saw it as a more effective stroke, one where I could burn more calories. But the problem was that I could barely swim a length of front crawl. I seemed to be battling against the water every stroke. Fortunately, the company that I worked for moved offices to a building with a swimming pool in the basement. This was the perfect opportunity for me to finally solve all my swimming problems. But how? Around this time, after years and years of studying, I had qualified as an Alexander Technique teacher. As an Alexander Technique teacher, I'm used to working with people to not only help them move with ease, but also to show them a new way of thinking about movement. Now was the time for me to apply what I teach to my own swimming. So, over the course of 2 years, I started swimming before and after work, 5 days a week. I developed a new way of thinking about my swimming. I challenged my old swimming beliefs, unlearned all my bad habits, and developed new effective habits and beliefs. Every swim became an experiment. I observed and investigated and started learning for myself. What was I doing that worked and what didn't work? I invented my own exercises to develop my understanding. I came up with new ideas, new approaches. I even adapted all the advice that I'd ever had to suit my swimming. In the end, I completely transformed my swimming. I was now swimming long distance effortlessly with a smooth, powerful stroke, and I was pretty fast too. I'd stopped comparing myself to others in the pool. I'd even stopped competing with them. Well, almost. I was now faster than most of them, so that helped. More importantly, and quite unexpectedly, I had gone from resenting swimming to absolutely loving it. And I keep learning every swim, finding new ways to improve my technique and swim faster and further. Eventually, I started helping others in the pool, from beginners to open water swimmers. As an Alexander Technique teacher, I can see how their thinking is shaping their swimming. And as a once terrible swimmer, I can relate to almost every issue I see, as I've pretty much had all of them. And now I teach this unique approach. And now I want to reveal it to you. So keep watching, because in the next few minutes, we're going to jump straight in. Here's what I'll cover in this webinar. Step 1, how to fix all your underlying swimming problems. Step 2, how to swim further than ever before. Step 3, how to swim faster than ever before. Step 1, how to solve all your swimming problems. Let me paint you a vision. Imagine gliding effortlessly through the water with a strong, powerful stroke, leaving hardly a ripple in the water as you swim. At the end, you get out of the pool feeling empowered, no longer frustrated. You take a moment to reflect on your swim. You've enjoyed every stroke and finally feel proud of your swimming. You look around and no longer feel the need to compare your technique to others. You walk away from the water, already looking forward to your next swim and finding out new ways to keep improving. You're now swimming in a style that you've developed yourself, and in the process, you've learnt how to fix all your swimming problems. People are now even asking you about how you learned to swim the way you do. You just smile and say you figured it out for yourself. In step 1, we'll cover 3 key points. Make every swim an experiment, fix your faulty sensory swimming perception, challenge your existing limiting beliefs. Let's start with point 1. Make every swim a time to experiment. Are you fed up with depending on others to fix your swimming, but you can't seem to figure out what's wrong? Are you so focused on distance and time goals that you never give yourself a chance to think differently about swimming? By making every swim an experiment, you will start to think about your swimming in a whole new way. Through observation, reflection, and investigation, you'll start learning about what's going wrong with your swimming. You may have some unhelpful swimming habits. I won't call them bad habits. You've been practicing and practicing for so long that any of these unhelpful habits with arm rotation, head movement, breathing, or kicks are by now deeply ingrained. These habits need to be changed. Once you identify a problem or a habit, you can use exercises and ideas to show you what works well and what doesn't. And then you'll begin to figure out how to fix the problems, and you'll be able to make new choices and create new habits to change your swimming. In time, your understanding will increase, your technique will evolve, and your swimming goals will be achieved without even having to focus on them. Point 2, fix your faulty sensory swimming perception. You're desperate to get to the bottom of that one underlying flaw in your swimming that's holding you back. Every time you find a new fix, you think, this is it. This will be the one secret that will unlock your hidden swimming potential. Well, if that sounds like you, maybe the secret isn't actually a fix for your technique, but the reason why you've always been struggling with your swimming. Faulty sensory swimming perception. You think you're doing one thing in the water, whereas in fact you're doing something quite different. And what seems right to you may actually be wrong for your swimming. Let's just repeat that. You think you're doing one thing in the water, whereas in fact you're doing something quite different. And what seems right to you may actually be wrong for your swimming. So no wonder you've never been able to improve your swimming. You've been operating with a faulty sensory swimming perception. You never stood a chance. So until you have a better understanding of what it is that you're doing and whether it's helping or not, then you won't be able to get very far fixing any of your swimming issues. Here's one example. Now, believe it or not, most frustrated swimmers that I work with are actually sinking when they swim. They think their legs are level with the water and that their head is perfectly positioned. They don't know that they're not balanced. They have a faulty sensory swimming perception. Do you think you might be suffering from it too? Maybe you're also currently swimming just to stay afloat. Until you realize that you have a balance issue, then you'll never be the swimmer you've always dreamt of being. Point 3, challenge your existing limiting beliefs. We all have beliefs that shape how we live our lives. Did you also know we have swimming beliefs that shape our swimming? And it's the limiting swimming beliefs that cause frustrated swimmers the most problems. So how might they shape your swimming? Well, let's find out. Here are some of the most common limiting swimming beliefs that I hear from frustrated swimmers that I work with. What are your arms used for in breaststroke? You might believe that they used to go faster to add propulsion, but I would describe that as a limiting swimming belief. Pulling with your arms at the same time as kicking in breaststroke will cause turbulence in the water, slowing you down and wearing you out. Try this experiment. The next time you swim breaststroke, kick with your legs as usual, but make an arrow shape with your arms. Just point them forwards and tuck your head down. You'll fly through the water. The arms are used to help pierce the water when you kick. The arm recovery movement is to bring your head out of the water, ready for the next breath and the next kick. They're not for propulsion. Here's another limiting belief. In front crawl, you're probably taking a breath every 3, maybe 4 strokes. Why? Because you were told to, probably years ago. But have you ever questioned this? You're always out of breath. This is a limiting swimming belief. So when should you breathe? Breathe when you need to. It's your swimming. Breathe when you need to. That's how you can challenge your existing beliefs, learn new ideas, and create new effective beliefs to transform your swimming. So, we've learned that the secret to fixing all your swimming problems lies in swimming with a new approach. One where you'll make every swim an experiment, investigating the issues, testing solutions, and tailoring them to suit you. The end result is your own unique swimming style that works perfectly for you and that you can be proud of. Right, we've looked at changing your approach to swimming, but you're probably saying to yourself, never mind all that, how do I swim further? Well, in step 2, we focus on adding distance to your new way of swimming. Step 2, how to swim further than ever before. Let me paint you another vision. Imagine swimming to the horizon, or at least feeling like you could. You're now swimming the distances you've always dreamed of. You effortlessly glide through the water. Your arms don't tire and your legs don't cramp. Your breathing is relaxed and unrushed. Your in-breaths are full and out-breaths are slow and long. Your thinking is clear and there's an ease to your swimming that you've never experienced. It's almost too easy. In fact, you wonder how you'll get fitter as you don't even feel like you're expending any energy. You are though, and your stamina and fitness builds every swim, and the horizon you've dreamt of swimming to keeps getting closer. Point 1, achieve perfect balance in the water. As mentioned earlier, if you're sinking while you're swimming, then you'll always struggle in the water. If you're swimming to stay afloat, then the first step to improving your swimming is to learn how to balance in the water. But how? Well, through experimentation with your breath. The next time you're in the water, try this. Lie on your back. Can you find a position where you're not sinking? What do you need to do to stay afloat? How much do you have to do to stay afloat? Are you kicking your legs or waving your arms? Do you even need to? Let me put it another way. How little do you need to do to stay afloat? Can you breathe in and see if this helps? What happens when you breathe out? You can learn to use your breath to give you balance. Once you have perfect balance, you can use the water to support you. You then build on that relationship by noticing the contact between you and the water. You're no longer fighting against the water. It's helping you as you swim. You're now swimming to move forward through the water instead of swimming to stay afloat. Once you learn to balance, it will make you look and feel like an instructor. Point 2. Change the way you breathe in and out. Everyone struggles with their breathing, especially in front crawl. If that's you, you're not alone. There are so many limiting swimming beliefs about breathing in front crawl. I think we mentioned one earlier. So, what if you're struggling to breathe in? You think gasping will help. Again, a limiting swimming belief. You don't need to gasp for air. Gasping will cause more problems. But why is that? Let's try an experiment. Quickly, take a deep breath. What happened? You've taken a big lungful of air. Can you feel any tension in your throat, in your mouth, your neck, or your chest? Oh, don't forget to breathe out, by the way. That tension isn't going to help with your breathing. So, can you breathe in differently? Yes, you can. To take a breath, instead of breathing in, breathe out. Now, bear with me. Let's try it. Start to breathe out and hum as you do. And keep going. I bet you're surprised by how long your out-breath is. It's much longer than you thought, right? When you've exhaled fully, you'll see that your in-breath happens automatically and is effortless, and your lungs are full without tension. So when swimming, always pay more attention to your out-breath than your in-breath. So by changing your relationship with the water and empowering your breathing, you start swimming the distances you've always dreamed of without even having to go to the gym. In step 3, we focus specifically on adding speed to your new swimming approach. Step 3, how to swim faster than ever before. Let me paint you another vision, this time about swimming faster. Imagine powering through the water every time you swim. Your stroke has strength without tension. You're no longer the slowest in the pool. You swim fast and continuously, but without the splash, without the tension, and without struggling to breathe. Everything you believed about going fast has now been replaced by new beliefs. You're supported by the water. You're swimming with your whole body. You breathe when you need to. It's such a different way to swim. You just wish you'd discovered it sooner. You're now so proud and so happy with your swimming speed. The urge to race everyone in the pool is slowly fading. Of course, it does help that now you're the one doing the overtaking. Point 1. Stop swimming with your arms and legs. Stop swimming with your arms and legs. What am I talking about? At the moment, to go faster, you're probably tensing your arms, pulling harder, kicking more, maybe even cupping your hands tightly to scoop more water. You probably think your arms and legs provide all your propulsion. Of course, it's obvious, right? You may have a limiting swimming belief. So let's challenge that belief. You can only get so much power from your arms and legs, and you won't be able to swim quickly for long. So where does your real swimming power come from then? First, let me ask you, where do your arms start? You may think that your arms start at your shoulder. Without getting into anatomy too much, there's a bone called the clavicle that runs from the top of your chest and connects to your shoulder. It's very useful to know about the clavicle when you swim, as your arms are now much longer than you first thought. That's a new belief. Longer arms mean a longer stroke, and a longer stroke means more power. Secondly, where do your arm muscles start? Again, you might think that they start at your deltoids or your tricep and bicep. You only have to stretch your arms above your head to feel how the stretch goes all the way down to the base of your back. Try it. That's another new belief about where your swimming power comes from. Once you start to challenge your old beliefs and create new ones, you start to get your power from your body. You swim faster for longer with less effort, less splash, less drag, and more power. So by challenging your existing beliefs about how to go fast and creating a more powerful whole body stroke, you now have a swimming style that lets you fly through the water without having to stop to rest. As we're nearing the end of the presentation, and before we get into the free bonus gift that I know you're going to love, let's quickly recap the main steps that we went over. Step 1, how to fix all your swimming issues. Step 2, how to swim further than you ever thought possible. Step 3, how to swim faster than you ever thought possible. We've covered 3 steps to transforming your swimming into an effortless yet effective and unique swimming style that you can be proud of. Now, knowing what you know, do you feel more confident about improving your swimming? Can you see yourself using some of what I've showed you today to help you become the swimmer you've always dreamed of being? Would you like to work together to investigate further and to solve all your swimming problems? Now, listen, we've covered a lot. I hope you found it interesting. I love helping people learn about their swimming. I've only had about 30 minutes to share this entire process with you. This is a method that can really help you learn to fix all your swimming problems. I've really tried to pack in as much information as I possibly could into this webinar. But now, maybe your mind's going a bit crazy and you're wondering, how on earth am I going to do all this? Which is why I want to ask you a question. And if it's okay with you, if I just spend 5 more minutes to tell you about the brilliant gift that I want to give you for free, that I really think can help you. The gift is something that's going to help you through steps 1, 2, and 3. It's going to take all the guesswork out of solving your swimming problems. I've set aside time on my calendar over the next few days to personally help you solve all your swimming problems with a swimming style health check, absolutely free of charge. If you'd like to learn more about my approach to teaching swimming, called the Intuitive Swimming Method, then book a free swimming style health check session with me. This is for you if you're committed to putting in the time, have the desire to finally break free from your swimming struggles, have a need to take control of your own learning, and you want to put an end to self-criticism. But this is not for everyone. If you want to be the swimmer of your dreams without putting in any work, this is not for you. If you're not willing to invest either time, money, or energy into achieving all your swimming goals, this is not for you. And if you're not 100% committed to solving all your swimming problems, swimming further and faster than ever before, this is not for you. However, if you do think this is for you, I am looking for more frustrated swimmers who I can help transform their swimming. So, are you in? If so, click the button on screen and schedule your free swimming style health check session with me now. As we're nearing the end of the presentation, you might find yourself sitting in the maybe category. Maybe you should book a call. Maybe there's something here that can help you. I bet there's a lot of maybes going on in your head. Now, usually when I encounter these maybes, it's a sign there's something getting in the way of you making a yes decision. And if I had to guess, it comes down to one of the following reasons. You don't know if you have the time. You're not sure if it will work for you. It seems hard. You're not sure you can justify the cost. And why couldn't you just do it yourself based on what this presentation has covered? Let's just talk about each of those, starting with the first one. Time. You're right, it will take time. However, how much time have you already spent in the water feeling frustrated, stuck and dissatisfied? Make a list of all the emotions you feel when you're swimming and as you're heading off for a swim. How long can you keep feeling the same way about your swimming? You're not convinced this approach will work for you. I hear you. It's certainly not a typical training course. However, how many other conventional courses or lessons have you had, and how many times have you asked for advice? Are you swimming the way you've always dreamed of swimming? Probably not. See if you can count all the times you've been given that piece of advice that's going to solve all your swimming issues, only for it not to work. This approach will only work for you if you and I work together throughout the whole process. Find out if you'd want to work with me when you click the button on screen and sign up to have that call. It might seem hard, yes. It will certainly involve a lot of change to your thinking and your swimming, which is never easy. However, being frustrated, stuck and dissatisfied is harder, especially over a long period of time. With a step-by-step approach, guidance, exercises, coaching, and your own self-belief, you can achieve all your swimming goals. Now, every new challenge seems hard, but that's why I'm here to help. Find out more about how I'll be able to help you when you click the button on screen and sign up to speak with me. You're not sure you can justify the cost of a dedicated course. That's true, it will cost money, probably more than standard lessons. However, how much have you already spent on lessons and yet you remain frustrated? How much would be too expensive? Weigh this up in your mind in the context of your swimming and your current disillusionment. You know, sometimes it's important to prioritise our own needs and invest in ourselves. Now, we can talk more about the cost and the benefits when you click on the button and sign up to speak with me. Couldn't you just do this based on what this presentation has said? Please do try all the ideas in this webinar. They've been included to show you how my course can help you, but also to show how my approach is different to other conventional courses, to help you take ownership of your learning. It took me years to change my approach to swimming and develop my own swimming style to be the swimmer I've always wanted to be. If you have time and patience, then yes, please start experimenting, and good luck. However, the steps I've included are just a few hints taken from my method. That's all there was time for, I'm afraid. I've been through this journey, and it's my experience that will get you to your goals more quickly. I know what needs to change to make it work. You're very welcome to find out how much more there is to learn and sign up for your free swimming style health check. Now, after answering all those questions, if you still haven't booked a call with me, then there's not much more I can do. I've given you as much information as I possibly could have, and I've even made the call free. So one last time, if you want to solve all your swimming problems and swim further and faster than ever before, then click the link and schedule a free call with me. I look forward to helping you become the swimmer you've always dreamed of being.